Back in 2007, when J.K. Rowling wrapped up her Harry Potter series with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, everyone was like, cool, got it, it's over, okay, we read all of it, we're done. And then all of a sudden, everyone was like, wait, let's talk about Dumbledore. And that's what we're about to do, but first we have to say, spoilers lie ahead. You should have read Harry Potter already, guys, but in case you haven't, yeah, we're gonna spoil some stuff. To be fair, people were saying things about him even before the Deathly Hallows. There were some fringe theories about Dumbledore being secretly malevolent, or maybe he's even the true mastermind behind the dark events of Harry's life, but the truth is a little bit more complicated. If you look back at the last 2 decades of Dumbledore's life, you'll see that he really is a master manipulator, and that's a good thing. Because without Dumbledore, the boy who lived wouldn't have made it past his first year at Hogwarts. Ready to dig deep on a kindly old man with a somewhat groovy past? Me too, let's do this, okay. The first thing that you have to remember is that no one is 100% good or 100% evil. Not even Dumbledore, alright? Not even like your mom or whoever you like the most in the world. They're a little bad sometimes. Even so, readers were taken aback when they finally discovered that Dumbledore's past had a few skeletons. He was once, in our opinion, in love with a dark wizard named Gellert Grindelwald, and they planned to assemble the Deathly Hallows to put us muggles in our place. This complicated relationship was somehow even more of a shock to readers than the fact that his ties to Grindelwald ultimately caused the death of his Dumbledore's sister, Ariana. Dumbledore renounced his previous hunger for power, but it didn't stop him from further developing the skills that made him one of the most powerful wizards of his time. But it was the execution of that power that really separated Dumbledore from the pack. See, his own experience with Grindelwald means he knew exactly how to recruit Snape as his spy within Voldemort's Death Eaters. Dumbledore knew the heartbreak of losing his sister and saw a similar heartbreak within Snape over his lost relationship with Lily Potter. So he absolutely manipulated those emotions to get Snape on his side. Even after Lily died, Dumbledore still used Snape's feelings for her as his primary way to gain his loyalty in the struggle against Voldemort.
He has her eyes. If you truly loved her.
Very tricky. Which, honestly, it really says something when even Voldemort didn't want a direct confrontation with Dumbledore, because Voldemort is very powerful, so you know Dumbledore's packing some magical heat. Now, here's where things get even darker. Voldemort's attack on the Potters meant that Harry had inadvertently become one of his Horcruxes, and that meant Harry had to die to defeat the Dark Lord forever, and essentially Dumbledore spent the next 17 years ensuring that Harry would sacrifice himself for that goal. It's very dark and very true. Snape even called out Dumbledore for that one, furious after all that lying and spying Dumbledore was, quote, raising him like a pig for slaughter.
Don't tell me now that you've grown to care for the boy.
Ooh, God, I forgot how dark Harry Potter was. It isn't like Harry didn't get it either. In the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry remarks that he felt that Dumbledore wanted to give him a chance to face Voldemort. And he's not wrong. Sometimes Dumbledore was more overt with his intentions, like when he orchestrated Harry and Hermione's rescue of Sirius Black and Buckbeak in The Prisoner of Azkaban, with just enough deniability if it ever came back to him. I mean, that's a different kind of magic, but it's still magic. Dumbledore was subtle though in The Half-Blood Prince when he just happened to take Harry with him on a detour to see Horace Slughorn and convince him to return to Hogwarts. Oh, what a funny, bumbling old man, right? Nope. The prospect of teaching a famous wizard like Harry turned out to be a gambit for Dumbledore to retrieve a memory that Horace had hidden years before. And then there's his relationship with Draco. Dumbledore felt a lot of compassion for all of his students, but knew that Draco was plotting to kill him. Dumbledore couldn't send him away from Hogwarts because he knew Draco would be killed. But he knew Draco's soul would never survive killing him, thus Dumbledore made Snape kill him instead.
You must be the one to kill me, Severus. It is the only way.
J.K. Rowling, what a twisted web you weave. Dumbledore was gonna die either way, and he chose to die in a way that saved Draco's soul and furthered his ultimate agenda. This isn't just our interpretation of these events. Rowling herself has said that Dumbledore is Quite a Machiavellian figure, really. He's been pulling a lot of strings. Harry has been his puppet. That does cast a darker shadow on the entire series when we look back at the favoritism that Dumbledore shows Harry throughout the saga. Turns out everything was meant to bring Harry to the pivotal moment of his death so he could serve the greater good. All of that can be true, and we can still reconcile it with the very real affection that Harry and Dumbledore felt for each other. Dumbledore may have been a manipulator, but he wasn't a monster. He cared very deeply for Harry, which is why their post-death reunion in the otherworldly King's Cross station was so affecting. In the end, does it all balance out? Harry may not have realized the extent of Dumbledore's finely laid plans, but he knew enough. Harry knew he was supposed to die, and he knew Dumbledore worked toward that goal most of his life. That didn't shatter their bond, and he named one of his sons after both Dumbledore and Snape. And if you've ever seen or read The Cursed Child, then you know how that went. For now, Dumbledore's record speaks for itself. Would Harry Potter have been the same legendary hero without his mentor pulling all those strings? We guess you'll just have to decide in the comments section below.